Town of West Bridgewater Conservation Commission for Tuesday, October 1st, 2024, 6:30 PM in the McDonald Brown Conference Room is now open. And I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes for September 17th.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Aye.
And first is continued hearing for 506 West Center Street.
And they have sent in a request to continue till October 15th. And I will tell you, there'll probably be a request to continue beyond that one because they're not meeting with the planning board until the 16th.
Okay,
And the planning board really is driving this at this point.
okay.
Okay.
So I don't
Yeah,
expect to have anything for the 15th, but they just asked to go till then.
the year is flying.
All right, so I'll entertain a motion to continue to October 15th.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And the next one, we'll just talk about 252 Pleasant. Actually, before we do that, what are you here for?
252 Pleasant Street.
252.
Oh, okay.
Just to answer any questions you may have, that's all.
Okay, so the next one is 252 Pleasant Street for a certificate of compliance, okay.
Yep.
All right.
So at this point, I had a couple questions. I haven't heard from Larry Silva's office yet. There was a stormwater structure that actually,
Is this for that new building?
this is the large 3-bay
Yeah, the big ones, yeah.
that's completed. Just so Steve can see this at home. So this was the letter that Larry Silva's office sent, and there was a 6-foot by 6-inch weir for the emergency flow structure. It was reduced. I mean, it's now a 6 by 6. It was a 10 by 12. I'm not sure why it was reduced. The design was for the bigger one. Nothing else changed in the structure, so I was questioning why we needed a smaller one. The southern entrance wasn't paved when Larry Silva's office did the as-built. It has been paved. That's not a problem at this point. Other items on here are more zoning that they'll deal with. My only other main concern was on the plans that were presented. This is the as-built that I sent out. The structure in question for the change in size is this overflow here in this back corner. And I don't know whether it's gonna have a huge effect overall.
That's the
It looks like
6 by 6.
Right, it's now 6 inches by 6 feet. If it overflows, it's gonna top the basin anyways and go over. So I'm just questioning that one. My other concern, the building, we approved a minor project change to rotate it. Size stayed the same, it was just a 90-degree turn. But if you look at the original approved plans, the area in pink was all going to be a paved product. It was all up, and now it's just a gravel packed area. As long as there's not going to be any vehicles parked there, trailers, trucks, any equipment that's going to leak fluids, I have no problem leaving it the way it is. And having Larry do an as-built stating that it's not gonna have anything parked on it. If they're gonna park equipment, trucks, trailers, then it should be paved to catch all the stormwater for the gas separators and oil separators to go into the stormwater system. That's my only concern with that.
Is that the
I think you
plan?
saw the yard, there's no trucks or anything, it's all equipment.
Yeah, I mean, when I was there, it was, I mean, it was one crane and one forklift, that was it. And
What's-
everything else was just laid down blocks and,
What's the purpose of the building?
Service facility.
Okay, so it's gonna be, you're gonna have equipment in and out.
in and out, and they've got a concrete pad, and they've got aprons, and they've got,
There's gas traps in the building.
it was a lay-down storage area that the right, well, the left side on the plan listed it as compact gravel. and material for storage. And then the side that's opposite it was gonna have trailers, it looked like, and fleet vehicles parked as needed. If they're eliminating the fleet vehicles and not parking and needing the parking,
But what about the equipment? Say if they break down and all of a sudden you're pulling it in and it's leaking all kinds of
Well, there's
stuff
a concrete
inside.
pad out front, like you said, and then there's gas traps inside the building. So,
But-
and it's crushed asphalt, it's not gravel.
I mean, they're just pulling in, dropping off and leaving. They're not staying there, it's not parked fleet vehicles anymore.
Yeah.
The equipment that's coming in is crane pieces and.
Big drill bits, because they do deep foundation work,
Yeah.
you know, drill bits that are 6 foot diameter, you know, it's big stuff. But they don't have any fleet vehicles as such.
Okay.
So,
Was the plan to leave it like this, or was it the plan to pave it?
no, the plan's to leave it like with crushed
Just leave it
asphalt.
like that?
Because what they do have on site is got tracks, it's all track vehicles.
Okay.
I mean, this
Yeah,
big,
that's true, because they'll dig it
yeah,
all
the
up.
crane they
Exactly.
have is gonna
True.
just spin and tear up the asphalt
Yeah.
if they paved it, so it,
How do you plow it without scooping it all?
Carefully.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, it's not easy, as you know, but again, a lot of it is, as I said, it's equipment, and it's just gonna be basically, they'll work around it, you know, I don't see that being a problem. They don't have to clear a path for anything else, but, you know, so.
Mhm. And going down smaller, was that something that we
I mean, all,
should approve on? I mean, it's done.
it's completed, and if their intent is to leave it as just material storage and not fleet vehicle parking,
Yeah, okay.
if Larry
You're
updates the
gonna,
as-built
you're gonna note it anyway.
in the letter, then we're fine to sign off on it.
But what was the reason for it to be the size as it was when we first?
Right, I mean, if he's gonna certify, I mean, in the letter, he stated it's a change in the plan. I just wanted to know why the change was.
It was because of,
Right, if it's, I mean, I know why the asphalt change was, but it's not in his letter, and it's not on the as-built that there was a change. And it just, that needs to be noted so that we
And
can
the-
certify it.
was this done before not even letting us know?
The change in the asphalt,
Well, the change in the detention
the
area?
drainage structure,
Drain,
it was done in, when they built it, so obviously the engineer was involved, because that would have been an engineering change when they built it. So there's a reason why, but
okay.
I just, he didn't explain it in the letter he sent, he just said that it didn't meet the same design.
We don't have the asphalt area, so you don't have the runoff, so it doesn't need it.
I don't think it was just arbitrarily changed. It was
No.
probably an oversight of some
Yeah.
kind, yeah.
But again, as I said, with the less asphalt now on the
Yeah.
side, and as Tim said, it's only that to the top of the wall anyway, so it's gonna overflow.
Right, I mean, if it overflows in a 150-year storm, it's gonna top and go over the 6-inch
Exactly.
difference between the top of the
Right,
wall anyways.
right.
Um,
All right, so I mean, there's no issues, you don't think?
Yeah, other than that, we can deal with that in his letter and as.
I'll have Larry update the letter, send it to you, Tim?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then put that in for the
Yep,
change and all that?
so otherwise, if that's the case, then we can issue the certificate, and
Yeah.
that's fine.
Okay, so just
Yep. You can-
entertain a motion to issue the certificate of compliance
With an updated,
with the
Yeah,
updated,
yeah,
or
Condition upon the
payment
letter from
needs
Larry
to be
updating
installed.
it. I'll make sure that gets sent in.
all right, I'll
Okay.
make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I'll make sure it's done this week.
Okay.
Hey, Tim.
Thank you.
guys.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
The next one is 490 East Street for a certificate of compliance. Getting a lot of these, Done,
And
huh?
490 East Street is a residential house that had a septic repair done or upgrade in the 90s. They never asked for their certificate to close it. It's being sold, and the lawyers have caught it and want to have it cleared off the books.
Okay.
Everything looks built the way it was. I have a certificate from the engineer stating that it
And the-
was built correctly.
and the septic is still good?
Yep.
Wow,
And
done good then.
Title V passed, so everything was good, so
Okay, so entertain a motion to issue the certificate of compliance to 490 East Street.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And next one is 7 Luke Drive for a certificate of compliance.
in 7 Luke Drive, the certificate of compliance for that, it was for a pool that they put on the back of the house. And everything again, an as-built submitted and everything was I've inspected it, and it's been built accordingly. The markers are all in place, none of them have been moved. There's
The
no-
one that went down the hill.
Yeah, went down a hill, and there was a
long
big
time ago,
stone
yeah.
structure around it.
Yeah.
The fence is in.
It was right like on the edge, wasn't it, something like that?
Yes,
Yeah.
yep. And so that one is all set and ready to go.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion to issue the certificate of compliances to 7 Luke Drive.
So move.
second,
All in favor?
Aye.
aye,
And just, I guess we can sign these, but we can talk
And other
about
than signing a few documents, that's all you have.
anything about 440, just want to talk about, or
Um,
432, 440 West Side Street?
No, they are, again, it's ZBA hearings they're waiting for. And once they have the ZBAs, which I think is next week, if there's any changes, then they can update us on that. I will tell you on Loop Drive, there's a couple enforcement issues that
Oh.
have crept up.
Oh, really?
5 Loop Drive, the owners have just recently sold the house, and the gentleman that bought it unaware that there was a conservation easement and a 50-foot buffer. Some of the signs that the previous owner had pulled out of the ground and just left, and they clear cut right up to the wetland line,
Mm.
50-foot buffer, before they moved when they sold it. So the new owner, once he settles in another week, will be coming in to see me, and we'll go over what he can and can't do. Number 3, I'll be sending out an enforcement letter this week, because it looks like that owner is still living there and they've done the same thing.
Jeez.
Signs and
I
markers.
mean, that was a big
The
thing.
signs and markers on that one look to have disappeared.
And that was a big thing when that was all going on, too, and we were
And that's why we
pushing that.
required fences
Yeah,
around some of them,
Didn't
or
we
the
put
rock
them in?
walls. And the
Didn't we put them in everywhere, or
Yes,
just,
and the fence is gone on this one, and
Oh
they've
my
cleared
God.
past the rock wall,
they took the fence out?
which is part of the ongoing order of conditions, so
so it's gonna be,
I'm
they're gonna,
I'm gonna try to get them in here on
I'm
the
not
15th.
pleased.
And so,
they're gonna be fixing it.
again, this is why unfortunately I don't like to see fences around all these developments.
That's why
But
we
if-
do it.
Right, that's why we're having to do it, is
Mhm.
people aren't abiding by what they're,
Or checking.
Are they gonna be coming in front of us, or just you?
I'm gonna try to get them here for the 15th.
Okay.
Number 5, they're brand new homeowners and had no clue what they were getting into.
Which is fine.
So
I
I
understand.
told them, I said, we'll educate you, and they said, nobody dug in the area, they just
Yeah.
mowed it.
Yeah,
So I said, we'll let it grow back again, and,
to make it look good, I
Was it
guess.
clear cut though?
yeah, yeah. It went
Jeez.
right from where the white markers were to the wetland,
How far would you?
about 50 feet.
Oh my.
I mean, they literally clear cut the buffer.
Well, it should grow
Do
back.
they have an association there?
I don't think so. Do they?
No, they don't, because we ended up
They would-
taking over the road.
They were talking about it, right?
Right, it was one of those, it was
Well, that's-
proposed, and,
Steve, he
Yeah,
lives up
Steve,
there.
yeah.
yeah, and his fence is there. His-
Yeah, he's fine. He
Yeah.
put a pool in and all that stuff and
Just like
everything.
number
yeah.
7, did it the whole right way.
Yeah.
and The
Yeah.
drainage is correct.
Yeah, that was a
But
big thing.
the owner is gone.
Yes, the owner is nowhere to be found.
Now, when they passed papers, they didn't pick that, the attorneys didn't pick that
They
up.
wouldn't, they wouldn't know.
A lot of times now, I'm finding out that there's not even an attorney. They want to buy it so fast that they
Yeah,
waive
that's
having an
true.
attorney.
Yeah.
They just,
Because they know they can get rid of it.
and they hope, you hope that your real estate agent is doing their homework and telling you everything that's there with the property.
But if they don't really know that the markers were supposed to be there and they were gone when they
Well,
showed up to be there, you think?
half the markers are there. Half of them were
Oh.
pulled and put on the ground. So me as a homeowner buying a house,
Okay, then
I
they
would
should have
ask
known.
what these white
Yes.
markers are.
All right, so they should have known then, though.
But I don't know when
I don't
this
know
was
what you
clear
do
cut,
about
but
that. I
it
don't
could've-
know.
Yeah, I mean,
Technically, I guess you could say you gotta fix it, or,
right, I mean, the new homeowner technically is responsible for it, they own it,
Yes.
but I think this is their first home purchase and,
Well, you can kind of like ease it into them, but this other one, they're gonna have to fix it.
right, I mean, if the first time buyer's still there and they knew it going in, then there's a problem.
I mean, they talk to each other, don't they? Neighbors?
I thought Steve would. I mean, Steve's a nice guy. He's like,
Yeah,
he seems like he's
yeah.
very, outgoing and,
I'm
Active.
sure most of his neighbors, I mean, it's a dead-end cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
Basketball hoop at the end and.
anybody sees anything doing anything, maybe they just don't want to start any problems.
Stu who?
What's
So
his
the
last
other
name?
people did
I
basically
can't
the same
think of his
thing?
last name.
Yeah.
It's,
Clear cut. to
he
the
lives up
50.
on that.
Now, how'd they know where the
Luke
edge
Drive.
of the wetlands was?
No.
Well, I don't, I mean, they're
Don't
not
worry
even
about it.
still flagged
I'll
out there.
forget anyway.
So they
Markings,
saw
He's
but
part
they
of the
went
whole-
back as
he
far
was
as
there
they
when they were
could,
doing
and
the
it
whole
looks like
development.
it's
Yeah.
basically to the 50-foot.
Unbelievable. Well, cost a few bucks.
They'll learn, right?
Oh. I can sign that one too, that's 252. That's. I had it ready, waiting to see what,
He looks familiar.
Larry's had a couple of projects.
He's been around a few times. Well, I guess we've got nothing else to talk about.
Nope, that's all I had.
So I'll entertain oh, no, that's right. Carol wants to say something. That's right.
For the record,
For the record, yep. That's one more I gotta sign that too.
I signed up to go to the conference.
Oh, the fall
October 19th, the fall conference. And these are the classes that I signed up for, and I want to know if you have any questions for me to bring to these classes. Because I just sit there and try to figure out what they're talking about. The first one is, it's called Flowing Forward, Progress on Accelerating Restoration to Meet Resilience and Biodiversity Goals.
well, when we replant a 50, that's restoration, right?
I know, but I
Or
want to know if you
mitigation,
have any other
right?
questions.
Do we have anything specifically that we wanted to try to?
No.
She went to one recently that was on forest and trees and came back with some information that I needed,
That
so
was fun, yeah.
it was,
Good.
So anything you want me to
Not
try to?
specific, no.
Anything that you might think that's important, write it down and come back
I'll
and
think
let us
see
know.
if I
And
come up with anything before.
Is this
Tim would know better
Is this the
than
one that's in
to specify it.
Turks and Caicos, this meeting? No?
Who's there?
Tricks and Caicos.
Is that what the meeting is?
You going
I don't know what you're talking about.
Down in the islands.
Oh,
In the Caribbean.
I wish. No, not too many hurricanes. Okay. The next one is Mass DEP presents a stormwater review for notices of intent. Anything that we want to question about our current notices of intent?
Specify what you want to do.
I don't have anything I can think of off the top of my head, but that'll be a good one for you to, education-wise, to see.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That's,
That's what I want, that's why I signed up, but I didn't know if there's anything that I should
Specify.
challenge.
Do they give you literature?
Oh, yeah, I got all the books.
I mean, I might be interested in reading some of that.
Okay. The next one is
Trust me, keep
stormwater management systems, the importance of groundwater hydrology.
It's a good one. Same thing.
again, that'll be a good one for you to figure,
Trees.
it's gonna be, I'm sure a lot of it that they're gonna cover is the infiltration versus retention basins.
Mhm.
And that'll give you a good overview on the difference in the functions of each one of them.
Yeah. And why we call one, and one the other, I guess.
Like, yeah. Detention is it hold and release?
Holding it,
Or just
and
hold?
infiltration is it drains into the ground.
And retention is
It just
hold,
holds on to it, and then it evaporates or it
that's
flows.
retention,
Right.
yeah.
High water table, you
Yeah,
do.
the high water table,
Yeah.
Well, see, what interests me in this one is trees. The trees, the roots go down, right? And they
Soak it
They
all up.
soak a lot of water. So what happens when we take out those trees?
Have to
right, and that's
come
why a lot of the basins, they want them to have a vegetated bottom.
To be
So
able
that
to
Come
they
over
soak
and
it
see
all up.
ours,
Filter all
Carol.
up.
It's like a jungle in there.
To be able to soak everything up.
So there's no particular questions that you all
No.
have, you're all good, okay. This one is a tale of two ditches. the trials and tribulations of maintaining ditches for stormwater management
go.
in an,
Jesus.
wait a minute, in an agricultural setting.
Oh, yeah, let's just make sure everything gets cleaned out, so it's, flows good for the,
I'm-
for the farm,
It
for the
drains the
property.
farm property, but it also serves to benefit
So,
stormwater on some of them.
And-
True.
in
If
our-
it's-
The drainage ditches,
If
though,
it's
that we,
leaked, if it's gone into it.
right.
So there's no particular questions, you guys are
Well,
all
I wanna
set
see
on
what
this?
you bring back, might be fun to look
I'm
at the
just bringing
material.
back, I'm sit there, I'll bring back what I can.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, okay, so, any other questions? If you wake up tomorrow morning and you have this question on your mind that you want me to bring, I'll be glad to bring it, because I.
Tape
When is it?
I'll tape it to your door.
I always, okay, thank you.
Is it online or?
No, I get to go.
Where?
Is this one in North Andover, I think? It's I can't remember, oh, no, it's in Devon's.
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 It's a hall.
Devon's,
Yeah.
yeah, that's a hike.
So that's fun,
This is the in-person one in the fall that they
Right.
do.
that's
Yeah.
fun. Okay, so that's all I have.
Okay,
Okay.
Thank you, I'm gonna hold you up in.
All right, so I entertain a motion to adjourn.
so move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye.